there, avid listeners. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking about The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. And this is really such a great novel. So I picked up this novel mainly because it was on my to-be-read pile for probably since it first released. And the third book did win my Book of the Month poll on sinsworkshop.com. And I'm not about to read a book 3 before reading books 1 and 2. Like, never, ever, ever. So I went ahead, and this was during COVID, so I couldn't really get a copy from the library. I didn't want an audiobook copy. I didn't want an ebook copy because that's literally all I was doing. I wanted a physical copy. So I got all 3 books online, and I have to say I was not disappointed. I really do think it was a great purchase because the novel itself is so thoughtful. And the world building and characterization, they go hand in hand for the storytelling, which I think is really great overall because you're seeing Nemesis. She is a diabolic, and these are humanoid beings created by humans to serve as bodyguards for high class society, right? And they take away kind of free will in a way. They are bonded to these humans, they are bonded to love them. And that in itself is kind of a tough thing to swallow. You're like, well, you've pretty much taken away their will. But what I think is interesting for this is we are seeing that class system first and foremost. You're seeing this wall between the classes, between people who live planetside, who are considered lower middle class citizens, and then you're seeing the aristocrats who live in their domes in the space with artificial gravity and artificial sky. So you're seeing that class system through Nemesis's perspective. And for Nemesis, she has grown up her entire life thinking she's nothing more than, I guess you could say, slave. She's nothing more than a tool for them to be the protector of Sidonia. And I love her relationship with Sidonia because Sidonia doesn't see her that way. Sidonia sees her as a friend, and I like Sidonia because of that. Because she's like, no, you're not just a creature. You are a being. You are my equal, And Nemesis, she doesn't quite believe that. She's like, I'm not. And Sidonia's like, I wish you would just believe me. You are. You are. And that's what I thought was really, really compelling about the relationship, because it does play out throughout the rest of the novel. Because when she's sent off, Nemesis, when she is sent off in place of Sidonia to the Emperor's, glass dome in Helios, to protect Sidonia, she's sent off there, and it's when she's away that she's kind of discovering that Sidonia is right. She is as every bit human and alive as everyone else around her. And that's what I think is really compelling, because she's going on this journey of discovering self-worth, self-love. She's allowing herself to be free, to be more than just a tool, to be human. She's allowing herself to be human. And I thought that was really such a compelling journey for her, because you're seeing her memories of her life before Sidonia, where she lived in a cage. Again, she was a commodity. She was a product to be bought and sold at a whim, to be sort of programmed to love someone. And I love Sidonia for the fact that She is like her father. She may be religious, but she also believes in scientific progress. And society in this world is kind of barred from scientific progress. So Sidonia is not like everyone else. She's very thoughtful. She's very compelling. She believes in Nemesis. She loves her. She really does love her dearly. I mean, their relationship is so wholesome that it's just so worthwhile to read. Now, as for the world building, again, through Nemesis, through her growth, you really are seeing, once again, that wall between, lower class and high class citizens. You're seeing that wall still exist. And it kind of sucks, especially because without scientific progress, by making this society rely wholly and solely on religion and the emperor, you're seeing the faults in that, because society hasn't progressed past this point that they're at. So you've got ships breaking apart in space. You've got ships just breaking down in general. Their society is, in fact, crumbling because there is no progress. They're all just kind of floundering around there. And that's what really does make it sad, that they have all this technology and they just trashed it because of one celestial event called a supernova, thinking, oh, it's the god Helios punishing us for scientific progress. No more scientific progress. So you're just kind of like, yeah, no. So I really did think that was really interesting. I really did enjoy it. Ultimately, I thought it was a very well done story, and I like the balance between the narrative and the story. And I love how you're going on this journey with Nemesis as she discovers her self-worth, as she discovers that, yeah, she actually is more than just a creature or a monster, as people like to call her. You want to see her crush all those people beneath her foot, and you're just like, come on, Nemesis, destroy them. And that's what I thought was really great about her. And that's why I think the story is really compelling, because there are lots of tough themes and there are some really powerful scenes in the storytelling, especially those scenes where she's reminiscing of her life before Sidonia, where she was created, yeah, but she was still a little girl, and she was forced to fight and kill to get either better food rations or water or even just heat or cold. She was treated less than an animal. I mean, she was treated like nothing, like she didn't matter. And those are such heartbreaking scenes, but they definitely reflect on who she's becoming now, on her empathy, because she has empathy, and everyone's like, oh, you don't feel anything. No, she has empathy. She has sympathy. She sees the world differently because of how she was made, but that doesn't make her lesser than. In fact, in some ways, I think it makes her more human than any of the humans in this book, because some of them are plain garbage. Like, some of them totally get what they deserve. So, I do think it's such a good book. I can't wait to read the next novel in the series, The Empress. And I can't wait to read Nemesis. I'm just so looking forward to finishing this trilogy. Once again, highly recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid 4 out of 5 stars. It really is a good space sci-fi novel. It is slightly reminiscent of a good space opera, which I'm a huge fan of. So I really do highly recommend it. On that note, I do recommend purchasing the book from your local bookseller or online book retailer. Please support your bookstores. They deserve all their support that they can get, more than Amazon does. If money's tight, support your local library by checking out the book there. You can get an ebook copy or an audio copy if your library is closed online with a digital library card. Super easy to sign up for. And on that note, I hope you all continue to support me by liking this podcast and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. You can also become a supporter on Anchor FM, my recording platform. There's information in the description of this podcast. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.